If there's one thing that I've learned from this life as human beings, we are going to get a hater, an individual that despises the ground that you walk on, an individual that just can't stand to see you, that can't stand the look of you, can't stand of what you do, what you eat, who you serve, or where you work, or anything like that. There's gonna be that one hater. No matter what you do in this life, they're always gonna hate. And that's practically no different to Marvel and DC. From what I've seen in the mainstream and in the comics, that these kind of hatreds that these Marvel villains have for their hero counterpart, their hero arch nemesis, they have to be studied. It's wild the lengths they're willing to go to, right, to actually try to make their enemies' lives a living hell. It's actually insane. Guys like Lex Luthor. Guys like the Joker, as you would see from the Batman Arkham game series, about how much of a waste man he is to Batman. Heck, even from Marvel, the Green Goblin against Spider-Man, bro. Ever since that brother found out he was, ever since Norman Osborn, Green Goblin, found out that Spider-Man was Peter Parker, he basically spent the majority of his time trying to make his life a living hell. But I'm gonna be real. I thought those guys were such D1 level haters, but I don't think I've ever seen a guy who is as big of a hater as a guy named Eobard Thawne, aka Professor Zoom, aka Reverse Flash. So I don't think I need to explain why this guy is such a hater. This guy is basically the guy is basically from the future, and he basically spent most of his time admiring the Flash. But since he can't be the Flash, he wants to make his life a living. As far as I know, but the constant of Reverse Flash and Flash is that Reverse Flash will do anything it takes to ruin Barry Allen. Not destroy the Flash. He wants to ruin him physically, mentally, spiritually, literally, emotionally, and he says it all. He'll be satisfied knowing that he ruined Barry Allen. So we're gonna be reacting to this video about why Reverse Flash is basically the absolute worst human beings ever walked the face of the earth. Before we get started though, please leave a like, comment down below, please subscribe if you enjoy content like this. There's gonna be a lot more content coming soon. And before you get started, please take it away, please. I don't know.
Me, Barry.
Oh.
Ladies
Never
and
mind.
gentlemen, boys and girls,
Never
we are about to
mind.
discuss the most vile man to ever exist. A
Yeah.
man who doesn't seek power, money, or fame. A man known for being
Yeah.
the biggest hater. I'm talking pettiest ever. And not
Yeah.
just regular petty. No. This man will go to extreme lengths to make
Well,
sure
but just
he gets
explain.
worse than Dio, worse
Yeah.
than Caillou,
Yeah.
worse than Homelander,
Yeah.
Flash's biggest enemy,
Reverse
Eobard
Flash.
Thawne, the Reverse Flash.
AKA
If you don't know
Professor
who
Zoom.
this man is, or all the messed up stuff he's done, well,
He
let me
killed
tell
Barry
you, we
Allen's
could
mother.
begin with his origin story. So Reverse Flash was born in the 25th century, where kids are genetically modified and no accidents happen. So no me's allowed. And off the jump, you could just tell he hates his family. I mean, look at that face. You could tell he was gonna be a supervillain. And not gonna lie, for someone who's genetically modified, quote unquote, this dude is ugly. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I wouldn't be able to do that to my kid. I hope they at least install like a glow up gene or something. But the one he hated most in his family was his little brother. He always saw him as annoying and a waste of time and all this other stuff. But most importantly, the time thing. You see, Reverse Flash was obsessed with time, so much that he eventually became obsessed with the Speed Force. He even started illegally researching it. And the one who caught him in the act was his little brother. And y'all remember how a second ago I told you he didn't like his little brother? Well, he was the one that was gonna arrest him. I mean, most brothers argue or maybe even fist fight when they get mad at each other. Nah, Reverse Flash, he just decided to completely remove his brother from existence. Like gone, like he never existed. And the next panel literally says, "My name is Eobard Thawne. I am an only child." He removed him from the timeline. So now in this new timeline,
Yeah, I think I knew. I think he's gonna be he's gonna be a bit of a problem if he's gonna off his own brother. Even though, I There is no even though. There is no even though. Yikes. Yikes.
He actually gets time to put towards his studies since his brother's dead, and he actually makes it into the Flash Museum. But guess what? There's still a competitor who's ahead of him. And you know, while most people would just work their way up,
Nah, he would eliminate him.
Nah, Reverse Flash just kills him.
There we go.
He gets to ask him nicely, and the dude refused to give him information, so.
No. I'm sorry for pausing so much. Fam, ain't no way. So he sees someone he doesn't like, or he sees as a threat, or anything like that. He just offs them from the face of the earth, from existence. That's wild. That's actually crazy. What the fuck?
Even after that though, Eobard still wasn't able to tap into the Speed Force. It got to the point where his parents were worrying about him because he was obsessing over this. And they were even gonna get this dude to close down the Flash Museum for good. And just like any good son would do, he kills his parents. And he didn't even care. He literally says,
Oh, for the love of, oh my gosh.
That is seriously up.
This guy eliminated his own family. Fam, this guy is such a hater, bro. Yeah, he's born to be a hater. He's born to be. He's a sadistic. He's so sadistic. It's actually wild. He's so sadistic.
not even in my parents' unfortunate death could they stop me from pursuing the secret of the Speed Force.
Unfortunate
it's
death?
not that serious, bro. Somebody please lock this man up. He knows no bounds. And I hate to say it, but it gets worse somehow. Eventually, though, while doing his research, Eobard falls in love. But of course, like most other things in his life, someone was standing in the way. And what other way to pull a girl who has a fiance than to kill the fiance? Am I right, fellas? But that doesn't work. And the girl pretty much tells Eobard, I don't like you, and I never will. And what he does to her when she says this,
he kills her.
Lord have mercy. Reverse Flash travels back in time to when she was 5 years old.
No.
And shakes her at super speed and leaves her brain dead. Like she can't speak. This is all because she rejected him.
So here's his crap list. So he offs his own brother, offs his competitor, he offs his own parents, and now he made his own girl who dumped him practically disabled. He's insane. He's actually insane. He was born insane and he was moving insane. Shy.
Can't believe it. I can't believe Reverse Flash is just like me. So now in this new timeline, Eobard never fell in love, and he finds his capsule with Barry's suit in it and learns to harness the Speed Force. And this is when he becomes Reverse Flash. Well, first, he becomes the Flash of the 25th century. Then he goes back in time, gets beat up by Wally West, finds out he's meant to be Barry's biggest enemy, and then he becomes Reverse Flash. Which is not a good reason to hate Barry at all. I mean, you looked up to him, and then you found out that you had to become his biggest enemy, so you became his biggest enemy? It doesn't matter. But if you guys thought the origin was bad, Reverse Flash is devious. That's the only word I can use for it. He's devious. So first, he tries to take away Barry's powers. Okay, that makes sense. But the thing is, if Barry never becomes the Flash, Reverse Flash can't become Reverse Flash.
Never
so
as him.
He capitalizes off that perfectly and makes sure if he can't kill Barry, he will make every day of Barry's life slightly
hell.
worse than the last. And there's the big stuff like killing his mom and framing his dad for the murder, killing his dog, trying to steal one of his wives and eventually killing her, and allowing Barry to save his mom only for Barry to find out that him saving his mom causes the end of the world. But the stuff that really gets me is the little stuff, the petty stuff, because it just lets you know how crazy he is and how relatable he is. Really
relatable.
Barry's going downstairs, best believe he's getting pushed. If Barry's going to sleep, best believe there's a monster under his bed. If Barry makes a friend, best believe he's getting erased from the timeline. And the worst one, in my opinion, just because of how petty it is, was the time that Barry was playing baseball and a ball got hit to him in outfield and he was about to catch it, but Reverse Flash moved his hand slightly to the right just so he wouldn't catch it. Y'all never seen Meet the Robinsons, what happened to Goob when he didn't catch the ball? Imagine what happened to Barry.
So he just that pretty much sums it up. Well, in all of the years of Barry Allen's existence, one constant is gonna be Reverse Flash is gonna be there to try to make his life a living hell, from his childhood to his adulthood. Heck, maybe from his flipping, I don't know, elderly years. But that's wild. That is wild. Yikes.
Reverse Flash is just hatred itself.
He
You know how many
literally
times
embodied
he's
with
reset a
hatred.
timeline just to mess with Barry? Not to
Literally.
mention, he once told Barry he was gonna go back in time, kill his mom again, pose as a social worker just so he can raise him. Then on his 18th birthday, he will hit him with a "It was me, Barry." Reverse Flash would do anything to make Barry's life miserable, which makes you think, if he would do anything and he could travel to any timeline, who's to say he didn't come to our timeline and mess with Ezra Miller? Like, think about it. Who just randomly commits crimes like that? Throwing a chair at a woman? That's something only Reverse Flash is capable of. Or who's to say he didn't mess with the Flash TV show? Walk with me real quick. The show was good until what? Season 4 or Season 5, right? So now imagine this. Remember when the Flash CW was good? It was me, Barry.
Yeah.
I removed your previous director to make sure the new one made the show absolute. You cannot tell me that's not realistic. Reverse Flash is responsible for everything that is happening in Barry's life, including Ezra Miller and the TV show. But still lock that man up, for real. And moral of the story. Remember when you were making out with your first girlfriend and you came right as she touched your leg?
Wow. I thought Lex Luthor was bad. I thought the Joker was bad. I thought the Green Goblin was bad. I thought I thought Vilgax was bad. I thought Ghost Freak was bad. Yes, I'm making a Ben 10 reference out here. But this guy, fam, oh my days. Yo, fam, Reverse Flash. Fam, I don't think I could call him a menace. I don't think I could call this guy a menace. He's flipping sadistic. I don't know how these writers, I honestly don't know how these writers can live with themselves knowing they write off stuff like this. But knowing they basically create one of the greatest villains to ever live. Insane. I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did. Please leave a like, comment down below. If you enjoy, please subscribe. It helps a lot. It really does help the channel a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace and blessings. Oh, beforehand, before I go, don't be like Professor Zoom. Don't be like Reverse Flash. Please show love to your enemies. Please. It'll do your whole world of good to your mental sanity, bro. Honestly. Oh my days. Good gosh.